Alrighty, so now that you have an AWS account, you should have a key pair and you should have a security group. We can go ahead and get started with the getting started tutorial. So basically what this says is we're going to create an instance and then we're going to connect to it. So here's your AWS cloud. Inside here we have an availability zone with an EBS volume. This is your root device volume, and then we've got a security group that we are going to put our instance inside of, and then use our private key to traverse the internet and connect to our instance. So what you want to do is go over to EC2 in the AWS console, click Launch Instance. From here, we're going to choose the Amazon Linux 2 AMI. We are going to choose the T2 Micro free tier eligible instance type. Hit review and launch, and then we're going to edit our security group, and you're going to pick an existing security group and choose that security group that we just finished creating, and then hit review and launch, and then launch. And when you launch, it's going to ask you for a key pair, and this is where you're going to put in that key pair. You're going to select one that you created during the setup tutorial, and you go ahead and launch your instance. Once your instance is launched, you can go view the instance, wait for it to say that it's running. I have one running, that's not it. So what we want to do is wait for this guy. And what you're waiting for is you're waiting for this public IP address to show up, which we have. And you're also going to want to wait for the status to be running instead of pending. So while you're doing that, there's a couple different ways to connect. We are going to use the console with the EC2 Instance Connect, and then we're also going to use, I'm going to do it via PowerShell. So if you're running on a Linux system, you can use OpenSSH in whatever fashion you'd like. If you also on Windows and you'd like to do that, you can use the Windows subsystem for Linux via the terminal. So I'm going to do it for PowerShell. You can also just, pop over to Ubuntu or whatever flavor you want and do it that way. So that is the plan. Alright, so it says here we're running. I'm going to go ahead and connect and use EC2 Instance Connect and pop this sucker open. And here I am. So that's how you connect, and then you can do all the things. The other way we can connect is to take this public IP address and do SSH-I and then the path to your file, and then your user, which would be EC2-user at the public IP address. Say yes if you get prompted for the fingerprint. And then now I'm connected via PowerShell. I have a PEM file, so I don't know if this will work on this side of the house, but maybe it will. SSH-I EC2 user sewer user at public. Yes. Yeah, I can't do it from the Linux side. I don't have the right key, but I did get the one for the Windows side. So that is how you connect via, well, at least on my side, I showed you how to do it via PowerShell or with EC2 Instance Connect, either one, and you've got an instance. So it's that easy. So the next step is to we just tore through all these steps that quickly. The next step is to go to your instances list and just grab your instance, go to instance state, and change it to terminate. I've got two running, so I'm going to terminate them both at the same time. And that's it. So as far as going through the getting started tutorial, you are done. You've graduated. You can go off into the world and build EC2 instances all day long. So then it just comes down to building different instance types, using different AMIs. So if I were you, I'd recommend just go launch instance. Just do like free tier only and go, let's build a Red Hat machine, and maybe, keep it in the free tier, and you'll be able to, you'll be able to just keep doing free stuff. Make sure you use your existing security group. Make sure you use your existing key pair when you launch it, and try different stuff. Try to go to different flavors of operating system. I'll go off into the Windows side in a sec, but the idea is you just get comfortable coming in here and launching instances. The other option is to launch the instance from the CLI. So we've been using kind of like the little wizard guy, and that's always an option you can do. So if you really want to get creative and you want to challenge, test your Google Foo and go look up how to do it from AWS CLI. See if you can do it using the AWS PowerShell module. If you're an advanced user and you're watching this video for some reason, try to do it with CloudFormation. Try to do it with Terraform. Try to do it using your own custom scripts. Use a CDK with a Python script. Just like any possible neural pathway you can use to connect to this task. I recommend it. I actually had 3. Let's kill that one off. You want to make sure you kill anything that you have open. And if for some reason you're messing around with volumes, you might want to go in there and check and see if you have any EBS volumes, because you're going to get charged for that storage too. As you can see, I have one, but this is actually for my Red Hat machine. And the reason I had 3 is because I just created the Red Hat machine. I didn't connect to it, but it's deleting now, so it's too late. Once the instance state changes, see it's shutting down now. As soon as it starts to be terminated, then we're going to see my volume disappear. So yeah, for this, don't worry about creating additional EBS volumes. If you want to, great, but just make sure that you go into your volumes after you're done and make sure that it's deleted forever. If your 25 gigs of cat gifs, see how it's terminated, sticks around forever, you're going to get charged for it. And I don't have any volumes. So there you go. There is documentation on the Windows side of the house for doing this. It's pretty similar. In fact, you can just launch instance and then just do a little search for Windows. And let's say we want to do 2019 base. All right, so select instance family, free tier. Oh God, 1 CPU and 1 memory on a Windows machine. God help us all. Let's see, review and launch, edit security group, existing. Now, what's going to break with this? I'll tell you what's going to break with this. You don't have port 3389 open. That's what's going to break with it. All right, launch. You got a key pair, acknowledge, launch. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to view instances. I'm going to come down here to my security group. I'm going to grab the security group that I created. We're going to click on it. I'm going to edit the inbound rules. And I'm just going to add a rule that says, hey, allow, what you're looking for is RDP. RDP. That's port 3389, Remote Desktop Protocol. Anywhere. Don't do this when you create real instances. I'm just being lazy. So there you go. So now I updated my security group, go to my instance, and is this my Windows guy? Probably. It's the only thing I have running. Let's try to connect. We weren't able to connect to your instance because this isn't installed on the instance. So you see that there's like some different requirements for connecting to this guy for a session manager. If I go to the RDP client, you can download a remote desktop file and then save this. It's an RDP file. As soon as it's done downloading, you just click on it and you've got RDP installed on your operating system. These credentials are used. Okay, get a password, please wait at least 4 minutes after launching before you try to get an auto-generated password. Fine. So you type in your password, you hit enter, and then boom, you're connected. So for us, I don't know that that's going to be super helpful. So anyways, I didn't come here to build Windows stuff. So but if you want to, go ahead and just build a whole bunch of different instance types, or with different AMIs, and that's it. The most important thing for you to learn, honestly, is to learn the Linux side of the house. Nobody's gonna ask you anything about Windows in an exam, but if you're in a Windows shop and you need to do that, or you need to manage something, then by all means, definitely go through the Windows side. I don't really use Windows ever on Amazon, but it's happened. It's happened, so you should know how to do it. So, anyways, I'm not waiting 4 minutes. So, thanks for hanging out, and have fun building stuff.